I fight against garbage and gunman, the 2Gs. And I am fearless in doing that. Fearless. I don't like to see place dirty, and I don't like to see act of violence against my fellow citizen.
Yeah, man. Yellow tape scene going over here, so the council, a guy named Tyson. Over so by yourself beside of the primary school, right? So then yo, John no style.
John, what see them? Pressure, man.
Shit, puppy. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called Tit for Tat. You take one of ours, we take one of yours, an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. I am speaking about the game that is called politics. When you speak about politics, you speak about power, you speak about corruption, you speak about crime. It goes hand in hand. That is the typical politics in a Jamaica. So when people say these criminals, they are now lone wolves, them not think about any sorts of political party. People that is furthest from the truth. It is all about food. It is all about what people can get. People are willing to take away the opposition, whoever is stopping them from getting any sorts of food. They would make you die to save their livelihood. I am speaking about a man, Mr. Hines, that lost his life a couple of years ago, or maybe about last year or so. And then I am speaking specifically about a man, Mr. Ainsley P., known affectionately as Tyson, counselor in a Portmore, one of those areas. There's a thing in life that is called, whenever you play with fire, you will eventually get burned. You cannot tame a hyena, you cannot tame a snake, because it is in their natural instincts to react in certain ways. My point is that we know that politicians, they are deeply embedded in bed with gangster, vice versa. So therefore, whenever you dance with the devil, usually you are going to end up getting FUCK sooner or later. Now when Mr. Lennox lost his life, there was an infamous video out in which Mr. Tyson was saying, you know, say, my life in a danger. You know, say, my name a call up. People are say, me set up this man. People are say, me set up that man. Me not have nothing to do with anything. I am going to leave it in the hands of the popo. When he did that, he was basically a DEAD man walking. It was only going to be a matter of time before reprisal, even if he had nothing to do with nothing. Because whenever people lose them significant other, the monetary, the goose that laid the golden, and you stop them from providing for their children, they are going to want to take action to make sure whoever they think or thought was responsible for it got what they deserve, their type of justice. Now this is nothing strange. It has been going on for decades. Whenever politicians and the gunman them are clique up and the politician feel as if the gunman or the dan I get carried away, this the order, then you know what is going to happen. A call is made, and then that dan or that gunman gets taken out controversially as if we don't know where we're going. The reverse can be said, it is vice versa. Whenever gunman wants to get rid of politician, the same thing is done. Now in this case, this man had went and he was doing some sorts of community work like politicians are supposed to do. However, when he left, did what he thought was good deeds, he was pounced upon some people. It is said that at least 3 cars was blazed up in the vehicle. There are videos out that everybody saw. I am going to put it in my WhatsApp group. Phone number 1-876-894-2711. If you've not seen it already. You want to join the group, you want the Ainsley video, give your name, do not call, do not video call. It is as simple. However, I don't think that it is because people always call. Now people, in this video, you could hear one of his supporters run with the people, uno go do this, uno go do that. Because the man was laying there in his vehicle, slumped sideways. You could clearly see in the video that he had, or his tool was showing. Don't know if he tried to reach when he saw the people coming, or it is just coincidence. The shirt was kind of bulged out and you couldn't see the handle of that tool. People, here's the thing. When these politicians prance around these garrison, no say them have gunman backative, no say the opposition also have backative, all sorts of bad people. I don't know why they feel a sense of security as if they are untouchable, as if they are invincible. Because in this case, Mr. TYSON Lennox, he learned the hard way, and in this case, repeated, Mr. Ainsley Tyson, he also learned the hard way. Because here's the thing, whenever the people that are coming for you are dopey, meaning ghosts, you think that it is somebody from your constituency. Somebody just heal up, big up the Dan, the politician. However, they have bad deeds or bad intention for you. And people, this is the case as it pertains to Mr. Tyson. Unfortunately, this is just the start of things. We see, and remember I told you, you cannot tame a hyena. It is in their natural instinct to act barbaric. Sooner or later, the new trend is going to start wherein you see the people start on the po. First it was the civilians. Then you see old lady, little picnic, pregnant woman. Then the po. This might be the new disturbing trend. So therefore, what you think or might have think that is a one-off thing, or maybe a just reprisal because of this one and that one and all sorts of mix-up. This, I think, in my opinion, is a new trend. Some people, like the saying goes, you dance with the devil, you get F-U-C-K. Whenever you play with fire, you are going to get burned sooner or later. And very importantly, the policy that exists in a Jamaica, in a garrison, informer for DEAD, that applies to politicians, that applies in the case of Mr. Tyson. Because we see that when the incident with Mr. Lennox, Mr. Hines occurred, he was out on the media and he must say, listen, me not have nothing to do with it. Me want the po take a stand and do their investigation. I am willing to cooperate. We know, say, if they had retaliated immediately, then fingers were going to be pointing. We know how the garrison work. Sometimes it work according to plan, and sometimes them just lay in at the cuts, and then they strike when you least expect it. That is the case in this case. This man was all in the media, and I said, listen, Me not have nothing to do with nothing of them people are over here, so therefore the Popo should point their investigation where it needs to be pointed. People, this man was always a DEAD man walking for more than one reasons, in which I explained a couple of them, point blank and period. Further on in the news, there's a viral video that is making its round on social media in which a man, a cabman in some island, was not Jamaica, message is still the same. Him pick up 2 passengers. While he was driving, one of the passenger wheel and pop off him tool and I try rob him. Had the gun pointed at his head and him said to himself, me in the cabby, Biggs, listen, me nah go down without a FIGHT. If you go take me away, me a go make sure say me take away on too. So therefore, not that he mind losing his life. However, if or should in case that is the case, me a go take away at least 2, probably 3 away ago, meaning the robber and him friend are the 2 robbers and the driver of this vehicle. He decided that he was going to press pedal to the metal. So therefore, him will give them the scare drive of their life, and people, yes they were. These men that wheel and pop off tool upon this man start to beg and bawl like some sorts of baby. They were actually, literally, figuratively crying for them mother. Eventually, him slow down, jump out, and then them run. Him go east, them go west, or him go north, them go south. They wanted nothing to do with him because, in a them opinion, this man is a Looney Tune. We pretty much bite off more than we can chew. So people, that was the viral video. This is his response after social media was pretty much set in a frenzy and everybody in the news media are asking him all sorts of questions. Take a listen, take a look to exactly what he has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
So when the guys attack and did you have a flash to your wife, your children?
Honestly, what should I put it? And that's a very good question. How I look at it is that I know if I had to get hurt, whether being shot or if the van had crashed or whatever the situation would have turned out, and I was injured or something, or probably even dead. To be honest with you, right? I know it won't go down good in the island in the whole, because based alone on how the social media respond, based on how my phone blowing up, my sister phone blowing up, everybody phone blowing up, concerned, I know it wouldn't be a good thing. So all that was also on my mind too. So my whole idea was to get out of the situation safely, right? As much damage, less damage as possible, and come out unharmed, and try to at least get back home to my family, right? So I do appreciate you asking that question.
Now people, you and I know that we're living in a very serious time where there's no sort of guarantee of tomorrow because of how these criminal elements act. We've seen countless victims, people get pie up, people end up losing life, the worst case. So therefore, when this man get up like he always do, drive him cab, pick up passenger, can you imagine how him life flashed before him when he saw somebody wheel and pop off a toll, point at his head and try to pretty much hold him around his neck? Him life started to flash through, and he mostly was thinking about his family, his wife, specifically his children. People, that is usually your priority. You say to yourself, then hold on a minute. If me gone, and me are the main breadwinner, how things are going to work out? My family are going to go through all sorts of sufferation because some selfish piece of ish. Want to rob, want things the hard, the easy way. Them not put in a hard work or dedication, but them want reap what they did not sow. So this man told himself that, listen, I am not going out without any sort of fight. Me I go do everything. Should in case I am going to make sure say everybody in the car, it is going to be a tangled wreck. So therefore, me no mind, well, I am not going to say that he did not mind losing his life. But if, should in case he had to lose his life, he was going to take out at least one, mostly 2 people with him, without a shadow of a doubt. The good thing is that all's well, well, not all's well. Things could have ended up on the worse side of life. Point blank and period. Thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.